This is problem number 25 from the August 2016 Algebra Regents exam. In this question, it's fairly straightforward. All we need to do is graph the function y equals negative square root of x plus 3 on this Cartesian plane. Let's go ahead and get started. What we need to do is create a table of values. And I'm going to start at a specific x value, and that's because I know if we're trying to figure out the restrictions of this function, we know that x plus 3 needs to be positive because you can't square root a negative number. So we know that x plus 3 must be positive, meaning it must be greater than 0. And that means x has to be greater than, it could be equal to 0. So x must be greater than or equal to negative 3. So I think it would make sense to choose that as our first x value, negative 3. Now to find the output, I'm going to find out the negative square root of negative 3 plus 3, and that would just become 0. The point negative 3, 0 is here, so that's going to be our first point. Okay, next one. Let's try if x is negative 2. Then we're going to find the negative square root of negative 2 plus 3, which is, this is the square root of 1, so this becomes negative 1. And negative 2, negative 1 is right here. All right, now for the next point, I'm actually going to skip x equals negative 1, and that's because if we calculated negative 1 plus 3, we would get 2, and if we square rooted 2, we would get an irrational number that would be quite difficult to graph accurately. What I'm going to do instead is try to find the next x value that if we add 3 to it, we'll get a perfect square. The next perfect square after 1 is 4. Now, if we want x plus 3 to equal 4, that means we want x to be 1, because we know that 1 plus 3 equals 4. And then if we were to calculate the negative square root of 1 plus 3, we would get negative 2. So the point 1, negative 2 is right around there. I think if we just do one more point, we should be good. Again, I want to find the next perfect square, which is 9. And if we want to add something plus 3 to get 9, that would be a 6. So we're going to try an x value of 6. Then we'll calculate the negative square root of 6 plus 3, and that would get us an answer of negative 3. So back to the grid here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So that is our next point. I think that's enough to graph it. We know that with the domain that x must be greater than or equal to negative 3, so we're not going to go any further to the left of that point there. And we can see that this is going to curve like so. Alright, and that's it for this video. Thanks for visiting JD's Regents Preparation.